Hey guys, this is basically another video just to go over some of my metal collection. I'm going to try and make this video a bit shorter than the last one because I know I rambled on for quite a while in the last one. So I'll just jump straight into it with just some of my collection. I'm just going to put on this video before I have to put it away because I'm constantly buying new stuff and then I have to keep boxing it up. And yeah, so first one is Autopsy, who are a old school death metal band, and this is called Severed Survivor, and it's a very old school crunchy album. The vocalist is actually the drummer as well, so I think on the actual album he does the drums separately and then does the vocals, but when they play live he does them both, which in my opinion is pretty, you have to be pretty good to be able to do them both at the same time, particularly death metal vocals as well. But yeah, if you like old school death metal, but if you do, I'm pretty sure you've probably already heard of Autopsy. But just in case you haven't, definitely check out this album. It's very old school feel to it, old school riffs, very old school production. I think it came out in like 1990 or something, 1912 or something. Okay, no, I'm not the biggest Thrash fan, although I do own this Megadeth CD. I'm not the biggest Megadeth fan either. I'm more of an Anthrax fan, or I even like Slayer more than Megadeth to be honest. But Megadeth they're okay. This album is pretty good in my opinion. It's called Peace Cells, but Peace Valley. Probably already heard of this though, it is a pretty famous album. A couple of their classic tracks, Peace Cells, Wake Up Dead, and Bad Omen. But yeah, like I said, I'm not the biggest Thrash fan. I just got this album because it's just basically just to show my collection. But yeah, it's okay, but I rarely actually listen to thrash metal. I know that's some power metal. They're called Lost Horizon, and this album called Flame for the Firm Blade. And I actually discovered these guys just by looking up. I was listening to Halloween actually, who are another power metal band. But yeah, I just found a link to these guys, and they're actually really good. The vocalist is probably the most talented musician in the band. The drummer probably doing second. I mean, the guitar work and the bass and keyboard isn't particularly, that difficult, but it's the vocals that really make this album. Although it's just a shame that they split up now. But definitely listen to the track called Pure and the track called Highlander. Both those tracks are really good, and the first one I had is Pure, and it's absolutely amazing, especially if you like power metal. Even if you don't like power metal, you should still check it out. I'll link some stuff below, just so you guys find it easier to get to it. It's one of Dragged Into Sunlight, who are like a black and doom metal band. I'm actually going to see these guys next month in Manchester, so I'm pretty excited about that. Their first album, I preferred that more, because on this it's only got 2 tracks and they're very long tracks. And the first one is instrumental all the way through, and the other 2 are very long, but there's not really so many vocals in it. It's more kind of a musical kind of album, so it's not my favourite, but it's still okay. It'll be interesting to see them live, and I hope they play the older stuff, which has more of a metal feel to it. Okay, next album is Nile, and Nile are probably my favourite death metal band. This album's called At the Gate of Sephiri. It's absolutely amazing. If you're a death metal fan, I'm sure you've probably already heard of them, but definitely check them out because, like I said, in my opinion, they're the best death metal band. Everything wise, technical, vocals, guitar work, bass, drums, everything is perfect, especially in this album. Definitely check out the track During the Eternal Molestation of Flame, or The Things Who Come to Steal Thee, Magic of the Deceased, and definitely The Girls Who Live at the Sky at the Gate of Sephiri. I'll link some stuff below, but even if you're just a regular metal fan, definitely check them out. I know a lot of people don't like them, but in my opinion, yeah, like they are just one of the best death metal bands you can possibly find. Okay, we've got some black metal, and these guys are from Manchester. They're called Winterfell. and as you can see, I got the album signed up. I've seen them 3 times now. First time was supporting Commodore in Manchester, and second time at Damnation Festival. And then third time was 2 months ago, I think, and that was supporting in Slade in Manchester, of course. But Winterfell are basically like just straightforward black metal, really. No culture paint, nothing like that. Just blast beats, high pitched vocal, and kind of the usual stuff you'd expect in black metal. But this album, the Tyranny of Triumph, if I actually can make that properly, is actually very, very good. But if you're a black metal fan, then definitely check it out. This album got a lot of good reviews, but it definitely deserves them. It's a brilliant album. I'll link some stuff below as well for you guys. Okay, now we do have some Chinese metal here. I know what you're thinking, some Chinese metal, but this is actually very, very good. The band are called Voodoo Kung Fu. Again, I know it's a very cheesy name, but they are actually very, very good. I was so surprised at how good these guys actually were when I heard them. I think they actually use 7-string guitars, and the vocalist can just change like vocals like 3 or 4 different styles just like that. It's absolutely amazing stuff. But yeah, this album's actually quite rare to find. I think there's like 2 copies left on eBay. Like, you have to get it directly from China. You can't find it in like Amazon or anything like that. But this album is actually amazing. Okay, now we got some grind / black metal with Anathema, Vanitas. And this album is ridiculously heavy. I didn't even know that they released this. I just went into HMV one day and I saw that on the top shelf in the metal section. So of course, I just picked it up straight away and bought it without hearing one track. And the album artwork kind of drew me in as well. Pretty awesome. But these guys are ridiculously heavy. The vocalist sounds like a banshee, like going on a green screen or something. I know that might not sound appealing to some homeless people, but it's absolutely amazing. I think they use a drum machine on this album too. Or do they? I think they might use a real drummer. I think on a couple of their previous albums they used a drum machine, which doesn't sound as good in my opinion, but yeah, this album is definitely worth checking out. It's called Vanitas, and I'll link some stuff below as well. Okay, then we've got Pink Destroyer, who are a blind band. I got to see these guys at Damnation Festival. They were pretty awesome. And of course, being a blind band, they've got very, very short songs and quite a few of them as well. But yeah, grind's been grind. It's very short. It's like probably the lightest type of like metal you can possibly find. It's just like blast beats, going crazy vocals, and it's very, very fast guitar. But if you like noise, definitely check out Pink Destroyer. Although I'm more of a Insect Warfare fan, and those two for me are my favourite grindcore bands. Okay, now we got some from the Dogs of Augusta, who are One Piece Irish band, and they play kind of like it's very atmospheric metal, although I wouldn't really say so much metal, although on this album there's a lot more kind of metal on it, whereas on the other stuff that's done it's kind of just keyboards and stuff and not really any vocal or anything like that. But this album is absolutely amazing. It's got a couple of guest vocals on it, and I think a guest drummer as well, which is great. So there are some real drums on this, although I think most of the tracks are all kind of drums. And actually Winterfell's vocalist does vocals on track on this, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so we've got also Plagues, who are one of my favourite black metal bands. Again, they're Irish, and this album's called Mammal. I mentioned this on my previous video actually. This is just absolutely amazing. I'll link a track below called Neptune is Dead. Absolutely amazing track. Although this is only 4 tracks long, all tracks are at least I think over 10 minutes long. absolutely amazing. In my opinion, it's just one of the best black metal albums that has come out in a long time. Although I know quite a lot of people call him hipster and stuff for whatever reason, just because they don't wear the Corpse Paint. Kind of like the Wolverine opinion, it seems that any black metal band that doesn't wear Corpse Paint is automatically labelled as a hipster, which is quite annoying at times. But anyway, so we got another band here called Dylan Grey, and they're a Japanese metal band. These guys are really famous, even over here in the UK. I first heard of them, I think, when I was around 16 years old, in I think it was Metal Hammer or something, and we got an interview and thought, oh, check these guys out. And I heard a track called Obscure, which was absolutely amazing, so I just drew me in straight away. So I've been a fan of them since. But this new album is probably the heaviest album we've ever done. I've not heard anything in their past, discography. But their older stuff is more poppy, so I wouldn't recommend the very early stuff. Like I said, it's very pop and all clean vocals, and then gradually they kind of got heavier and the older vocals started to scream. Also including the clean vocals as well, so it's not all just screaming, but this album is ridiculously heavy. He adds a lot of death metal vocals in there as well, and a lot of very, very high pitched squeals, which I've never heard the pitch as high as what he can do. But yeah, definitely check out Dylan Grey. Again, with every other band in here, I'll link stuff below for you guys to check out. Then we got Autopsy again, but this is a DVD, and it's called Born Undead, and it's basically all of their stuff that they've done, interviews with the whole band, just talking about when they started and that kind of thing. It's a very, very good DVD in my opinion. The fact that how long it is as well. I think it's 6 hours long or something. It's got 3-hour documentary, and then it's got 3 concerts on here as well. Some of them being very, very old concerts, one of the first concerts ever, and including their very last concert when they split up, went on a break, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend getting it unless you know who Autopsy are, and unless you're already an Autopsy fan, then definitely check this out. Okay, then we got Voodoo King Fu again, that Chinese band, and this is basically their second album. I know it looks like a DVD, it does have a DVD with it, but on that DVD it's just the vocalist talking Chinese, which I can't understand, going through some of the ways that he does vocals and how he does vocals, and from what I can tell anyway from watching it, and how when he plays guitar as well, but it's not as good quality as the first album, which I showed you earlier. In my opinion, the production on this one is not as good, which is kind of strange. You think that going on to a second album, the production would be better, if not the same, not less, produced. But it's still a good album. It's kind of not the same style. It's a very different style from the first album. But it's still very, very good. Unless you're going to check out the first album, I wouldn't be pissing it. But I'd only recommend getting this if you really like it, or if you're just that much of a fan of it. So yeah. Okay, so we've got another Annihilate, which is basically Annihilation of the Wicked, more like special edition, as you can tell. Some of it's been things like necklace, and yeah, sticker and necklace as well, and of course the actual album. But yeah, this is an amazing album as well. Not as good as the new one, but it's still has the same kind of technicality. The production is amazing as well. And yeah, I highly recommend checking this out as well. It's called Annihilation of the Wicked. But check out Niall's new album first, because that is where you want to go. It's absolutely amazing. Okay, I've got 2 new LPs to show you as well. One of them is Split from the Bogs of the Woodstock, which the Irish band is included. and of course Dark Ages. They're both, like I said earlier, they're both experimental. It's very atmospheric, Boyzone style black metal. There's no guitars at all on this split. I had to download it from iTunes obviously because I put this on my iPod. But it's still amazing music. I like the Dark Ages stuff more, to be honest, and the Bugs of Video stuff. But I'd only recommend it if you are already into, that style of metal. Not if you're a regular metalhead, but in my opinion it's amazing stuff. The tracks are very long, but yeah, like I said, I wouldn't really look into it that much unless you are already into Boyzone and that kind of stuff, particularly the stuff that we did in jail on the first couple of albums. But there's no vocals on here as well, just in case you prefer vocals in music. Okay, now last one we got Testament. Now again, I know I said I didn't really like Thrash, but I do like Testament as well. Testament, in my opinion, are Metallica if they stayed good. Just because kind of Metallica just kind of. I'm not a Metallica fan. I don't think I would be Metallica fan, but yeah, this is a classic Thrash album. Very good in my opinion. Very heavy actually. Like I said, kind of like Metallica if they stayed good. I'm not really a huge fan of the new stuff, but definitely check out the old school Testament stuff, especially if you're a Thrash fan. But like I said, I'm not the biggest Thrash fan. But yeah, check these guys out as well. Okay, now I think that's everything enough for this video. I just wanted to do a shorter video this time, so I can put this stuff away. Just so I have space to bring in some new stuff. But I do have quite a lot more stuff in my wardrobe to get out and show you guys, which I'll do in the next video. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and see you next time.